Why am I so high? I think that's fine. Do I want the sleeves up? Do I want to show off them tats? Baby! I really need some tattoos on like these spots of my arms. I feel like they're very bare, and then I go, wha-bam! And all of my tattoos are here. Hey friends, it is Jenna, what is up? And welcome back to the Board Game Garden, and welcome back to another Gen Con most anticipated list. Last time I did the games that I'm most excited to purchase, so the games that are already finished, already being sold to us customers. If you guys want to go see that, I will have it up here. Go check that one out, but then also come back and watch this one because today we are going to be doing 10 or slightly more games. I can never just do 10. Games that I am excited to just check out and demo. So these are all games that are coming, you know, in the future, but they're not quite ready and they're just being demoed. Some of them might be coming to crowdfunding. Some of them might just be coming to retail a little bit later in the year or early in 2024. Some of them might just be like early in the making, and some of them might already have been on Kickstarter, but are going to be fulfilling later. So yes, all those things are going to be in this video, and hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, give this video a big thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button down below if you've yet to do so. We'd love to have you here in the garden. We are so freaking close to 20K. I think the last time I saw, I was at like 19.8. So if you have not already subscribed, definitely do so, because we are so close to 20K. Of course, the numbers don't really matter to me. I just enjoy making videos, and that is why I'm here. I love talking about board games 24/7. So thank you guys so much for being part of the garden. Appreciate you, and I just love how big and flourishing this garden has become. It just makes me very happy. So yes. Anyways, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you've yet to do so. Comment down below any games that you are excited about, that you've heard about at Gen Con, and let's get into this video, shall we? All right, so starting off with one that is easy. This is one expansion that is coming out to a game that is one of my favorite games. I believe this was just in my top 10 the last time I did a top 10, which I will say I most likely will be doing a top 10 soon because my favorite games have definitely shifted quite a bit, and I want to do an updated top 10. I might even like expand it to maybe top 50, and maybe we'll do that a little bit later in the year. But yes, the first one is going to be Cascadia Landmarks. So a first expansion to Cascadia was announced like about a month ago, I'd say, and this is Cascadia Landmarks, where it's actually going to be adding a 5th and 6th player. Cascadia can only be played 1 to 4, but this is adding so you can play up to 6 players, which is amazing because that's what we usually play with when we hang out with Francis's family. Also, when we're hanging out with my family, we like to play a little bit more as well. So I'm very excited about this. It says in the description on the Board Game Geek, it says, in Cascadia Landmarks expansion, players create sprawling habitats and place beautiful natural landmarks within them. Landmarks give each environment its own look and feel, while also providing a dynamic end game scoring bonuses. In addition to Landmarks module, this expansion also includes more unique wildlife scoring cards, which is awesome, and habitat tiles to add variety, and enough components to play Cascadia with 5 to 6 players. Amazing. I'm so excited for this. I love Cascadia. I love playing it solo. If you did not know, Cascadia was, I think, April's the Board Game Garden monthly solo focus. So maybe when Cascadia Landmarks comes out to retail, we might do Cascadia with the expansion as a monthly solo focus. I think that'd be a lot of fun to kind of come back to something that we did earlier, but with the new expansion. So that is the first one. That is Cascadia Landmarks, which is by Flat Out Games and AEG. Moving on to the second game. This one is a food-themed game, and it is a like dice game that is very, very unique, and that is Diced Veggies. This is by KTBG or kids table board games, and I am so excited for this. I've seen a few other content creators talk about this one and show this one off, and it looks so much fun. And like I said, it looks very unique because you're placing dice into this little block, and then you have this little knife that you are chopping the dice into certain arrangements in order to fulfill these different food cards. So you're kind of chopping these veggies, aka dice, in order to create these dishes, and I think it just looks amazing. And I just love anything that uses dice in an interesting way and like an unconventional way, if you will. Like dice are not being used in the normal, just like roll them onto the table, use the pip number kind of way. It's used in a really interesting way, and I'm excited to try this one out and play it and hopefully get it in the future. So that is Diced Veggies. Moving on to another food themed game. This is actually a game coming from Third World Studios, which is the booth that I'm working at Gen Con. So I feel like this one I will have a lot of interaction with and a close-up look at because I will be working at that booth all weekend. But Charcuterie, the board game, is the game I'm talking about, and it is from, like I said, Third World Studios or 3WS Games. And this is a tile laying game where you are creating your own charcuterie board, which, like, amazing. If you guys do not know, fun fact, I am obsessed with creating charcuterie boards. I have many boards that I collect, and I really take pride in picking out the best cheeses with the meats and the pickles and the nuts and all of the things that you put on a charcuterie board, as well as any of like the crackers and sometimes there's like pastries and stuff too, and a wine pairing. I just freaking love it. So yes, Charcuterie the board game is the perfect game for me, and I am looking at this cover, really want a charcuterie board now. So that is number 3. That is Charcuterie the board game. Moving on to one that I have seen a little bit. This one is called Mistwind, which this is a game that is coming from First Fish Games, and it's designed by Adrian Adamescu, I believe is how you pronounce his last name, and Daryl Andrews, which Daryl is a friend, so I'm very excited to see this next game that he's been working on with Adrian, which both of them, they were the 2 designers for Sagrada. So they're coming together again to make this game called Mistwind. And it is a pick up and deliver game, which I have discovered over the last year that I really enjoy pick up and deliver games. I've really enjoyed Merchants of the Dark Road. I really enjoyed, I don't actually think it's really pick up and deliver. It's more like route creating, I guess, but this one also says network and route building. But I really enjoyed Imperial Spells and Steam. So that kind of creating routes and like pick up and deliver kind of thing I've been really, really enjoying. So that is what Mistwind is. I don't know, it just looks fantastic. There's like the floating ships that are whales. It says build efficient trade networks with your transport whales and outposts. Mistwind is a strategic game of building networks and meeting the demands of each nation. Players will gain resources to build outposts and then transport whales, gather and deliver cargo to fulfill territory demands, and complete networking contracts with neighboring nations in an effort to become the most trusted trader in Mistwind. That was the longest sentence I've ever read. But it sounds fantastic. It looks fantastic. Adrian and Daryl made Sagrada, which I absolutely love, and this is something that they worked on together that just looks great. So I'm excited to see more about this. So that is Mistwind. Moving on to a witchy themed or magic themed game. This is another theme that I absolutely love, and this is one coming from Space Cowboys, and that is Spellbook. This is designed by Phil Walker Harding, and he has a lot of games that I really enjoy. So this one, like I said, is Spellbook. It is a card game, 1 to 4 players, so it does have a solo mode. I believe that all of these have a solo mode aside from Charcuterie the board game. Oh no, Diced Veggies doesn't either, but Cascadia did, Mistwind does, as well as Spellbook. But this one is all about a wide variety of spell combinations, and you can play hundreds of unique games. So obviously it's a spellbook, and you are trying to become the greatest wizard of the annual Grand Rite by collecting and managing your materia. to feed your familiar and learn your spells. Act quickly to use your powers early, or wait to unleash them at full strength. Your path to victory is full of choices and combined tactics. So I am very interested in this one. I love any sort of game where you're using spells and stuff. One recently that I really enjoyed was Wizards of the Grimoire, which I'm sure you guys are getting sick of me mentioning it, but Spellbook kind of gives me that vibe. Obviously it's not a 1v1 type of game. It is a 1 to 4 player game, and it looks absolutely amazing. The cards are gorgeous. There are a bunch of different colors, and yes, I am super excited to check out Spellbook. Moving on to one that doesn't look like it's coming out until 2024, but I did hear from the Ryan Lockett himself that there is going to be a copy of this at Gen Con at the Red Raven Games booth to demo or check out. Not really demo, but just to look at it. But that game is Creature Caravan. This is the next one coming from Red Raven Games, and I cannot tell you guys how excited I am for this one. I'm not sure how the game plays, but I do know that I'm very interested in it just based off of it being from Red Raven Games and it being designed by Ryan Lockett. I just love the games that he designs and the world that he's created with Arzium. So I'm very excited for this one. The mechanisms are multi-use cards, which I really enjoy hearing that. And then there's also worker placement with dice workers, which y'all know how I feel about worker placement with dice. Freaking love it. But you're also doing some like tableau building. It says players build a card tableau of creatures while traveling through a magnificent and dangerous land. The puppies are leaving. You guys can probably hear the tippy tappies. Players take turns simultaneously, which I feel like Francis will really like that. He really loves when games are simultaneous. Placing dice on actions on their cards, moving their caravan on the map, and playing new creature cards. Ooh, that makes me so excited for this game. You have no idea. I am stoked. I am definitely 100% going to the Red Raven Games booth and checking out Creature Caravan. Next game is actually a little bit like space themed or like technology kind of themed. And typically I'm not a huge fan of that theme, but this game and the mechanisms in this game have me so excited. This is from Smirk and Laughter Games, and this is a game called Tesseract, which it is also a cooperative game, which I typically don't like cooperative games either, but it has some really cool like dice mechanisms. Basically, you start with this big cube that is made out of a bunch of dice, and you're doing certain things in order to take dice off of this cube. And I believe you're working together in order to like stop some sort of thing from happening. It says here on BGG, the Tesseract appeared in our skies 6 days ago over the exact magnetic north of the planet. Since that time, it has been condensing, collapsing upon itself. It can now fit into the palm of your hand. Can you and your team work together to shut down the Tesseract? Or will humankind simply be a blip in the grand scheme of the universe? Time will tell. So you are working together to get rid of this Tesseract, and you're doing things with different dice numbers and trying to come up with different things in order to take cubes off, I believe. I'm not 100% sure how the game plays, but this one just, oof, I'm really pumped for it. Specifically for the gameplay, which usually when I find interest in a game, it's typically right off the bat from the theme or the look of the game, but this one is not something I typically go for. It's the gameplay that really has me interested, just because I think it's so unique, and you guys know how much I love using dice in interesting ways, or at least now you do. And yeah, this one uses it in a very, very interesting way. So that is Tesseract. Next up is one that I actually don't have a cover for. Usually I put a cover up here, but they are actually waiting to release the cover until next week for Gen Con, but this is coming from Keymaster Games, which is the publisher that has done Parks and Caper Europe. Those are two from them that I really, really enjoy. And they are coming out with a farming game. It is going to be called Harvest, and I'm pretty sure it says here that it's a re-implementation of another game called Harvest. It is from the designer Trey Chambers, which he's actually the designer of Imperial Spells in Steam, which I just mentioned a little bit earlier in this video, that I really, really enjoy that game. So I am very interested in this. I haven't even seen the art yet. I don't even know what the components look like. There is literally no pictures on this page, and I'm so excited for them to announce this one. I actually have a meeting set up to demo this one or just check it out, and I am so excited. It says, grab your farming hat and tend the land to be the best farmer in Furrowfield or Furrowfield? Furrowfield. 1 to 4 players, so it does have a solo mode and it's 30 to 60 minutes. And then for the mechanisms, it says open drafting, variable player powers, and worker placement. So I'm excited for this one. I'm excited to see what Keymaster Games does with a farming game. I guess this is like their first go at a farming game, so I'm super excited to see what they do with that and what Trey has designed. So that is Harvest. Moving into another one that is food themed. I feel like I am just so excited that there are so many food themed games coming out this year. I don't know why, just an influx of food games have come out or are coming out at Gen Con. But this one here is called Critter Kitchen. And this literally sounds like something I have been wanting for a long time. I think I mentioned in a video a long time ago that I really want a crunchier, like, restaurant management game, and I feel like this is kind of giving me the vibes that I was thinking about. It is coming from Cardboard Alchemy, and it has the same style of art as Flamecraft. It is from the same artist, Sindar Tang, and it looks absolutely incredible. The look of this game is just amazing. I love the look of Flamecraft, so I love the look of this one. This one does not have dragons. It actually just has different animals. You're playing as a few different characters, and each of your characters can do things in certain speeds, I guess. You have like a boar that is like the slower one, so he can collect a bunch of ingredients, but in a slower amount of time. And you have like a lizard and another one that can do different things, and you're collecting ingredients and cooking and running your restaurant, and it just sounds amazing and what I've been looking for forever. The only thing that makes me sad, it does say 2 to 5 players, so it doesn't have a solo mode, but hopefully, you know, someone will come out with a solo mode. This, I believe, is coming to crowdfunding, so maybe a solo mode is in the works and will be something within the crowdfunding campaign. We will see, but yes, Critter Kitchen, I'm so excited about, and I will also, I believe, be getting together with Peter Hayward, which is one of the designers, and possibly Alex to try it out a little bit and demo the game. So that is Critter Kitchen. Next up are 2 games from the same publisher, and this was actually a publisher that I didn't see anything on the Gen Con preview list for, and I was a little bit sad, but I did see that they were coming to, or like have a booth for Gen Con, so I was like, maybe they'll add it a little bit later, and they finally did, and that is Elf Creek Games. And the 2 games that I'm excited to possibly demo or just see at Gen Con is one, the Honey Buzz Fall Flavors expansion. This is one that I'm waiting until it comes to retail. Hopefully it'll come to retail, and I can grab this for Honey Buzz because I do love Honey Buzz. It's one of my favorite games. I believe it was in like my top 20. And I think it might still be in my top 20. I really enjoy Honey Buzz. It is 1 to 4 players, and this is an expansion that adds a few different fall modules, some like fruit module, I believe, fall fruit module, autumn leaves module, nectar caps module, harvest festival module, and sweet water sunset. What is that? I don't know what that is. When playing with fall flavors, use the new sunset board to track progress towards the end of the game. When sun sets on Sweetwater Grove, winter has arrived and the game will end. So I guess that's like another little module that you can use, but it's just a bunch of different modules that you can add into Honey Buzz, which I'm very, very excited about. And the other one from them is Santa's Workshop, which I believe this is a re-implementation of another Santa's Workshop game. And I feel like there needs to be more Christmas themed games. And this one is like a crunchier Christmas themed game. It actually isn't that crunchy. I thought it was a lot crunchier than that. It says the weight is 1.33 out of 5, but I thought it was going to be like a pretty crunchy game, but we will see. There's not a ton about it here. There's set collection, worker placement, and worker placement, different worker types. So that's not necessarily dice worker placement, but there might be some different types of worker placement in there. But just the fact that it's a Christmas theme game just makes me very happy. It says build toys, take care of the reindeer, oh my goodness, and decorate the tree at Santa's workshop. So cute. I'm so excited to see this one. But those are the two from Elf Creek Games that I'm super excited about. And lastly, this is one that I just wanted to add at the end. This is one that I am excited about. I don't really know what to expect with this because I've never really been into collectible, tradable card games. But obviously you guys can probably assume what I'm going to say. But that is Disney Lorcana. I am very excited to see this. I believe I will be going, there's like an event for Lorcana at Gen Con. I will be going to that event, and I'm interested to see what this is and how it looks. I've heard that the art is absolutely stunning. I can tell actually right now. I can go and look at the pictures, but I heard from people that the art is gorgeous. It does look really, really nice. And like I said, I've never really done any sort of trading card game before, and I've never really loved the thought of like paying to be better at something. Like, you know how you can get like magic cards and you can kind of build your own deck. So obviously the people that have more money that can buy the better cards are going to be better at the game. So you're kind of buying the win. I don't really love that, but I feel like this will be really cool to see. I've always loved Pokemon cards. I've never actually played the Pokemon game, but just collecting the cards as a kid, I really enjoyed. So I feel like this will be something that I am interested to see and interested to learn more about. So that is the Lorcana trading card game. All right, friends, so that is going to be everything for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing about all the games that I'm excited to demo at Gen Con. Also, like I mentioned, I do have another one of all the games that I'm excited to purchase at Gen Con. I'm sure I will probably get more. I'm sure I will demo more as I'm there looking around and seeing all of these different things. It's really hard to like see things and picture things just in a list on Board Game Geek. So I'm excited to actually get there, walk around the expo hall and see things in action and learn more about all these different games. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button down below if you've yet to do so. We'd love to have you here in the garden. My dogs are barking upstairs. And yeah, comment down below any games that you guys are excited about that are coming out at Gen Con. I love you so, so much. Remember, you are somebody's reason to smile, and I will see you in the next board game video. Bye, friends.